I'm about to show you how you can obtain 18 Meister cubes, 39 Master Craftsman cubes in a span of about 2 to 3 hours. So this was my inventory before I started farming. I had about 11 Meister cubes, and this was the after results of my farming session. And then I started a part 2 farming session using the same setup, and this was the before, after I spent most of my cubes. And then let me show you the after effect. So what I basically do is essentially, first thing, I go to Cash Shop and I get a 2x drop coupon. So something like this, and I buy it for 4 hours. And I also get a wealth acquisition potion from Auction House, but I have one already, so I usually use something like this. And then I use drop rate familiar, so something like a item acquisition rate plus 10, increase item drop rate by a large amount. So these drop rate familiars, you can also use something like a 2x drop card if you have it, but drop rate familiar I heard does the same thing. And then the last buff that I use really is this one, the Legion Luck, which stacks with the drop rate familiar. I use any of the three. Usually I do the 30-minute one if it's a long farming session, otherwise I do the short 10-minute one. As for equips, I just have around 180% in drop gear. Actually 175, but yeah. So 20% from ring, now 20% from this, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 15%, and 20%. So I have 9 pieces of drop gear totaling around 175%, and that's basically my setup. Okay, so let me break down the whole process of getting cubes and how I do it. Essentially, I usually do this every other week, and I do it right before reset happens. So for me, it happens at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's when reset happens on a Wednesday. And so to get the most out of my 4-hour 2x drop coupon, which I actually forgot to get in this run until after I kill Cygnus, to maximize that 4 hours, I start at 7 o'clock p.m. and I go all the way to 11. So that way I'm able to do last week's boss, the weekly runs, plus this week's after reset weekly run as well. So that way I can use one 4-hour coupon to basically do 2 weekly runs and 2 daily runs. And in total there are 20 bosses that I do, both weekly and dailies. So Tuesday I don't do my daily bossing, I just kind of wait until right before reset when I have the 4-hour coupon going at it, and then that's when I start doing the bossing for yesterday, or I guess for Tuesday and for Wednesday. So I go through 20 bosses. That includes normal Zachem, chaos Zachem, normal Magnus, hard Magnus, normal Hela, hard Hela, Omni Clan, and Papulatus, normal mode and chaos mode. I also do CRA. I don't do normal RA, although you definitely can do normal RA. I just don't feel like doing it, so I don't do it. Also, I do hard Von Leon, chaos Horntail, hard Arcarium or normal Arcarium, Pink Bean, only chaos mode because you can only go into 1 mode per day. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And normal Cygnus I do, as well as Golux. Golux doesn't drop cubes, but 2x does help with the drop rate of superior Golux items, as well as hard Ramaru. So those are the 20 bosses that I do on each other week, I guess. And obviously you can't, I mean, you could run this every week, but it's just, I see it as a way to maximize that 1 4-hour coupon so I can do 2 days worth of daily bossing and 2 weeks worth of weekly bossing That's just, in my opinion, the most smart way of going about it, because you're using one coupon to do 2 weeks worth of work. And without this coupon, in terms of 2-hour cash coupon or 2 times cash coupon, you don't get as many cubes. You'll still get cubes, but I think the cubes that you get is probably either 66% less or 50% less. I don't know. I've not really worked out the specific math on that, but I do get a lot less cubes if I don't use this 2-hour cash coupon compared to if I were to use the 2-hour cash coupon. So I definitely make my money, which is, I guess, Maple points I spent, back just from getting these Meister cubes and extra Master Craftsman cubes alone. So it's definitely a profit once I consider the 2 times drop coupon and the amount of cubes that turn out. But of course, it's going to depend on the world and how much the Maple point is for your world, because if it's higher and it costs more to get Maple points, it may not be worth. But you know, again, depends on your world. Now I did this on 180% drop rate approximately. You can definitely do it on less. You probably just won't get as many cubes as I got, but I'm pretty sure you'll get a good amount of cubes still. And of course, you can always increase your drop rate to even more. I personally do not do that because it's just too expensive, so I didn't bother. But you definitely can if you're rich enough and you want to put more into drop gear. And the way I do this is I usually have the boss cubes up for my next boss, just makes moving faster, because if I don't have it up, then I have to open it slowly each time I finish a boss. But if I do that and I have the boss queue open, I can just easily press a button, because there is like spawn delays and things like that, and it's during that time that I drop some of the useless items in my inventory, as well as set up the next boss queue and collect some reward points. It's just definitely easier to do this, in my opinion. It takes a lot of practice to be able to pull this off somewhat efficiently, but I feel like it's just faster. And also, you want to always make sure that your use inventory is not full, as well as the etc inventory, because the etc inventory contains the condensed power crystals or something like that, like the blue little egg things that you sell for money. So you don't want your etc inventory to be full, because you can't collect that. But for the equips window, it's usually fine, because there are no good equips that drop unless you're trying to go for a specific equip, other than Arcarium's pendant and Chaos Papulatus Mark. There is really not many equips that are considered good enough to pick up, like Penciliers, things like that. They don't really matter, so I just don't bother clearing out my equip window unless it's for Arcarium or Papulatus. But you know, you do what you want. The most important part is you have your use inventory somewhat free and your etc inventory somewhat free, because you want to be able to pick up Meister cubes, Master Craftsman cubes, and any of those egg things that drop from hard bosses, because they are worth quite a bit of money. Another key secret to this is you want to be able to remember to collect your reward points before reset happens, because it's a very tight time crunch. You want to make sure you don't forget about the reward points, otherwise you waste a day worth of reward points, which is like 500, and then there's like the weekly ones as well, so you waste another 500, so that's like 1k of reward points that you wasted. And as well as, don't forget to sell off the blue egg crystals, because they reset on reset, so you want to make sure you have that one freed up, and you know, you max out your 60 out of 60 egg crystals each week. Otherwise, it's just free money you're giving away. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys found it helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. Comment with any questions you have below, and I'll make sure to get to them. As always, I will see you guys in the next video.